Hi everybody. So this is our last lesson of the year. Congratulations, we did it. So we're going to do one last lesson on probability, and then you're having a quiz on it on Wednesday. All right, so this is review. So given the letters in the word mathematics, what is the probability of choosing an M? So remember, we need our total on the bottom. So how many letters are in the word mathematics? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, 11. Okay. And then the probability of choosing an M. So how many, that's what we want to happen. How many M's are there? 2. 2 out of 11. Done. If you roll a number cube, what is the probability of not getting a 4? Well, what's the probability of getting a 4? So there's 6 numbers on a number cube, right? If the probability of getting a 4 is 1 out of 6, the probability of not getting a 4 is 5 over 6. The Connecticut Lotto has numbers 1 through 44. I always choose 3, 13, my birthday, 5, 23, my brother's birthday, and 9, 12, my mom's birthday. What is the probability of one of my numbers is chosen? So there are 44 numbers, right, to choose from. And then how many of mine, how many choices do I have to be picked? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 out of 44, which is 3 over 22. All right. What are all the outcomes if I flip a coin twice? So if I flip it the first time, I can get heads or I could get tails, right? And then the second time, I can get heads, then I can get tails. So how many different outcomes are there really though? So we could do head, tail. We could do heads, heads. We can do, if this is the first and this is the second roll, we can do tail, heads, and we can get tails, tails. So there's actually 4 different possible outcomes. So the probability of flipping a coin and getting heads twice is 1 out of 4. There's only one way to do that out of a total of 4 methods. Now, how do we do that quickly without drawing all this out? So what's the probability of getting heads once, right? That's 1/2, 1 out of 2. And then the probability of getting heads on the second time is 1/2. What do I do to 1/2 and 1/2 to get a quarter? I just multiply, right? So whenever you have multiple experiments, I'm doing something and then I'm doing something else. You want to really pay attention to how many times you're doing something versus I'm just like picking all of the red marbles or whatever it is. So I'm doing 2 experiments, so I multiply. Right? And that's called independent events. So how do you find the probability of multiple independent events? We just multiply. So let's say the probability of shooting Miss Fazone making a basket is 1/3. I make it a third of the time. What's the probability of me making 3 baskets in a row? So that would be 1/3 the first time, 1/3 the second time, 1/3 the third time. So that's pretty low, right? 1 out of 27. So it's very unlikely I'd make all 3 in a row. I don't know what my actual probability of making a basket is. Depends on how far away I am. All right, before we move on, I want you to draw me a television. I don't know why I came up with that. Give me like a television or something. All right, pause the video. I want you to see if you can figure these out. They're not that hard. If you spin the spinner twice, what is the probability of getting a 2 and then getting a 4? So I need the probability of getting a 2 times the probability of getting a 4. So the probability of getting a 2, 1, 2, 3 out of 8. And then we're spinning it again. So let's erase. We're not looking at the 2's anymore. Probability of getting a 4, 1, 2, 2 out of 8. When we multiply fractions, we multiply the top, multiply the bottom. I'm going to divide by 2 to make it a nicer problem. All right, the probability of 1 both times. So the probability of getting a 1 is 2 out of 8 times the 2 out of 8. So that's 4 out of 64, which is 1 out of 16. Done. What is the probability of an even number? Now, this one's actually a little different because I'm only spinning it once, right? It doesn't say both times. So this one is one experiment. So we're only doing one experiment in this problem. So we're not going to multiply anything. So how many evens are there? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 out of 8. That one was really unclear. I feel like because all the other ones, there were more. If you had done this on your own and you said, oh, even number times even number, I'd probably accept that. I would make it clear in the problem. All right, pause the video. Try it on your own. A bag of Skittles has 12 green, 15 purples. Why did I pluralize purples? 10 red, 11 orange, 7 yellow candies. You take one Skittle, eat it, and then take another. Find the following probabilities. So what do we always have to do first? We need our total. So let's add up. So I have 12, 15, 10, 11, and 7. Let's see. That is 8, 10, 15. Carry the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 55 is on the bottom. So now we have two things we're doing, right? So we're starting with yellow. How many yellows are there? 7. Now here's where it gets tricky. We already took a yellow and we ate it. How many are left? We now have 54 Skittles left. And then how many purples are there? 15. So I don't know what that is. That's terrible. I don't know what 55 times 54 is. Ugh. Let's see, 20, carry the 2, 22, 5, 27. So we get 0, 7, 9, 2 over 105. And then you could simplify that, but I don't have my calculator with me. I'm going to leave it. All right, so because I'm taking a yellow, eating it, the number of Skittles just went down. All right, so now this next one. This one is I eat an orange, right? Eat orange. And then eat another orange. All right, so this one is similar to part A. So I have 55. How many orange are there? There are 11 orange. And then times, now how many candies are left? I just ate an orange, so we're down to 54. But now how many oranges are there? I just ate one. So now there are 10 oranges left. So these are a little more complicated. So 110 over 2970. All right, so now C is a little different because put in here, we put it back. Find the probability that you pick a green, put it back because you don't like green, and then pick a red. So out of 55, probability of picking a green is 12. Now I'm putting it back so I'm at 55 again, and then I'm going to pick a red, 10. So 120 over whatever 55 squared is, let's add 55 to that. 5, 2, 30, 25. Okay. That's it. All right, I'm going to do one more problem. So in that one of the problems, we said the lotto problem, 1 through 44, right? The probability of picking one of my numbers was 6 out of 44. What's the probability of like winning the lotto? So for me to win the lotto, I need can you hear my dog? I have 6 numbers to choose from out of 44, right? But then there's 5 more of my numbers I need out of 43. I have 4 out of 42, 3 out of 42, 41, 2 out of 40, 1 out of 39. So this is the actual probability. If you multiply all that out, that is it's very, very unlikely. And this is why, people play the lotto, but using probability, it's super unlikely that you're actually going to win it. So, all right, have a great day. I will see you guys on Wednesday for your quiz. Bye.